It's not live, right?
4, no, 3. It's not Kimmel. 2, 1. We're here live, week 1 MSB recap show. We're gonna try to bring on one representative from each field, and we're gonna jump right into it. We have Akiva Alex Madnick of the Sandlot. You went up against Major League. Tell us about your matchups.
Going into the game, I thought we were going to be fine, but after the game was over, we didn't do so fine, unfortunately.
Well, let's talk about the storylines here. I don't know, and you could just spell the rumors if they're true. I heard there's divide in the clubhouse. I heard that there are 2 separate teams operating on one bench. You have a crew of 4 or 5 guys, and the other guys over here, and guys did not see eye to eye, and it's week 1, and obviously it's not too late to right the ship. But do you see a problem going forward with a locker room divide?
No, actually somebody brought it up to me a couple of days ago that there was a quote-unquote divide. I personally didn't see it. I do see a handful of guys that are used to playing with each other, and then a couple other guys that my friends that came onto the team. I see us as
one crew,
and then I see other crews. So we're trying to.
So we got to mesh it.
We're trying to mesh. I don't see. Naturally, I'm gonna sit and schmooze with my friends.
No, it makes sense. But I'll tell you one thing.
But there's no divide. I don't see divide.
When you lost game 1, was there some sort of conflict between 2 where you ended up having to just say, all right, do it your way, and whatever happens, and you lost that game as well?
It could be some of the higher ups might have had some sort of conversation.
Okay, so
I wasn't involved in that.
Akiva just answered our question. That's good. So now
I don't know the answer to that. It could be. I wasn't involved in that. I was just told what to do.
How did your pitcher pitch? That's my question.
I thought he pitched all right. I think he was frustrated with some defensive. There was some defensive trouble.
Weren't you guys in the game, both games, and he just he had a no-hitter through 5 innings?
Was that game 2?
That was game 2.
Game 2 he was. Yeah, I think defensively we weren't there.
Listen,
and offensively we weren't there either.
Your team skill is there. We all know it is. I think you guys got to gel. I think you know that quickly as well. That's nothing new.
Yeah.
And listen, I wish you luck. Right now, you're behind the 8 ball. Your team of all teams, because there are other teams that lost too, but not in that fashion. So
I just want to get something clear here. There is no divide on my team at all. I just think that we need to get used to each other. And whenever a team is down, you all of a sudden look to find problems and say that there's a divide in the team. People think they're better than each other. People are not as good. There's none of that. We had lost the game, so frustrations come out, and people say, "Oh, let's try to do that," and somebody gets insulted. Somebody says, "Let's move that guy over that way." Whenever you're losing, you always look to find flaw. I don't think there's any flaw, and I think we're a great group of guys and a great team. There's some young kids and there's some older kids. And
tell me the positives. It was your first week in the league. You saw the opposition as well. You only saw you were on the field on a location with 1 game going on. The other location had 3, so it's a little different. But what was your overall impression of the league in general?
It was good. I think it was a nice time. I think the other pitcher got lucky.
Mark Cohen was the other pitcher.
That's fine. He had a good game. Maybe first game of the season for him.
Listen,
retired after this.
We saw what he did. No, him and his checkered pass is either he's unbelievable or he walks 19 guys.
Yeah, he had a good game, and we lost it also ourselves.
All right, going up to next week, who you 3, 2, 1. Okay, so let's look towards next week. We actually had a scheduling change where everyone's going to be playing the week 5 schedule, and we're only going to have 3 matchups. Next, you're going up against a team that actually had 2 tough games. We'll talk to David Sabag and David Harari, who are actually coming in right now as our next guest, but they're a tough squad. They look good early. I know a lot of their big players didn't perform. I know Steven had a big RBI triple to tie it late, but overall their guys really didn't come to play, so I know they're hungry. So this game early on is super important for both schedules. You could go to 0-3, 0-4 worst case scenario, and you could actually put them in the basement and win 2 and go 500 on the season. So going into this week, do you have any game plan, anything scheduled, any mental notes of these guys?
Yeah, definitely that we're going to bond more as a team, and that we're going to go 2-0 and they're going to go 0-2.
Okay, that's lofty expectations, and good luck. I wish you lots of luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're here now to actually recap a game between David Harari's Kakambas and David Sabag's Old School. You guys were the only split of the week, so otherwise we had sweeps all around. I know you guys had 2 seesaw battles. I'm going to actually start with David. David Harari, tell us about how game 1 went, because you won game 1.
Yeah, so both great games, both good teams coming in. Ralph pitched amazing game one, excuse me, to start. So we started off. You want me to go down like the full details of the game?
Quick recap, yeah.
All right. So first inning they came out hot. They put up 2 runs. Second inning they added another one. After that it was pretty much shut down. Ralph was lights out.
Ralph had 13 strikeouts on the day.
13 strikeouts on the day. Was fanning their big guys too. Eli and Stephen Gindy even went down. All around, a great game. We came back in the 5th inning. A.B. Dweck had a monster hit.
Yeah, let's actually talk about that now that you got to it, and I'm glad you brought it up. That spot in the game, there was a base open, there was 2nd and 3rd, 2 out, and Mickey Epstein steps to the plate, and it was a 1-0 count, and then it became 2-0, and without consulting with David Sabag, the actual captain of the team,
Correct.
Stephen Gindy said, we're putting him on.
Exactly.
Promptly, the next batter, A.B. Dweck, hit a 2-run double, whatever it may be, a 2-run double. That was the game-changing play. So David Sabag, please elaborate on who is the captain going forward on your team, because right now, I don't know the answer. I do, I don't want to tell you.
Okay, so I think I know that I'm the captain. It's obvious the whole team knows that I'm the captain. But when it comes to rule changes and things like that, Steven kind of steps in. And also on that walk, just FYI, we're always on the same page. I wanted to walk him also. He just said it before me, and then I looked at it.
Yeah, there was actually a conference on the mound right before, and I think Steven told him to sit around, and then it was 2-0.
Yeah, exactly.
I have stories that are giving me sources that you were not too happy about that walk. And you told him something.
No, I never. Nope.
Between innings.
I don't know who's saying that. Nope,
Okay.
I never went up to him, said anything.
Okay. Either way,
it was the right call.
I'm glad we addressed that. I'm glad we addressed that. Dave, go ahead.
So either way, so again, AB had a clean.
We're gonna walk him here.
And they're putting him on, and the bases are loaded for A.B. Dweck. Last time up, A.B. had good wood. So let's see if this is a smart decision by Stephen Gindy. And everyone should note, Stephen Gindy called that, not David Sabag. That's a base hit up the middle, and that intentional walk, not the right idea, as they tie the game with a 2-run double for A.B. Dweck. Wow, and they tie the game, and that rally is still going.
So either way, so again, AB had a clean hit. To start the inning, also Hammer and Hank was insane all day, roping the ball all day long.
Fresh off his 2018 M&S MVP
looks
campaign.
Like he hasn't missed a beat. Then Moko also came through, big hit.
Guy you
once
traded for him.
Yeah, correct. Traded for Moko, and then once AB got his hit, Moko came up next and hit a 2-run, take the lead.
And that's all she wrote. And then Ralph closed the door.
We added it on, and then
Game 2 was a little more interesting. Game 2, I missed kind of most of it because I was running around everywhere. But when I got there, oh boy, did I see action. Go ahead, Sabag, you're up.
My turn. So game 1, Ralph was on fire after we scored those couple runs, for sure. But besides for that 5-run inning they had, after that our guy Dan Braun, who first time I'm playing.
Tell me about Dan Braun.
He's really, he didn't walk one batter.
But I saw his stuff's not overwhelming.
It's not overwhelming, but he pitches it in the right spots, and we have a very good defensive team. I didn't really see many errors in our field.
I think all around defensive.
Yeah, that was the theme on all
from 1 through 9. We're really solid. We're young guys that are going to hustle. We did a little bit of short center and 4 outfielders with Ayal running in and out.
How was Ayal?
Ayal was very good.
He had a few RBIs.
I was very impressed with Ayal.
You know what I was impressed with on Team Sutton? This kid Sutton went into the left field.
In my opinion,
DPS, David Paul Sutton?
Steven
he went into left field.
He was my MVP of the day.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
He locked down left field. Every play.
Listen, from what I saw, both teams were great, but let's fast forward. It was a 1-0 game. And what inning was it?
It was 1-0 till the 6th.
The 6th inning?
Yeah.
And then Stephen Gindy gets up in a huge winning run in scoring position. We're in the top of the 7th score, tied at 1 in game 2. Co-captain Stephen Gindy with a base hit could put Old School in position for a split. Ralph Hannon battling on the mound. And there's a shot right center field, and it splits the gap. Stephen Gindy comes through. Manopoulos scores. Here comes Sabag. Play to the plate. And he's out on the tag.
Wow, what a throw! Keeps it a 1-run game. Score is 2-1 as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Shades of Jeremy Giambi over there.
Up in a huge spot and.
Okay, so let's back up.
Back it up. Go ahead.
Back up. That inning starts with 2 outs. We get 2 quick outs. Al Manopola walks to first. I hit a single. Manopola goes to second, and I'm on first. Now Stevens up, crushes a triple. I'm just gonna address it because
you better address it before I address it because
I know you're going to.
I'll tell you what. Your team
crushed it.
Your team.
Yeah.
Already nicknamed you Captain Slide.
Yep.
Because this guy over here in the home opener, and the first way to show everyone that he's a captain, and he was tagged out of the plate and a slide in your safe. So I'm glad you're embracing it like a man.
I'm gonna embrace him, take it like a man. Let me just tell you, what I was thinking. Hits a triple in the gap, running. I see where the catcher's positioned, and I know he has no shot on me. But then Harari, I watched the video again, he just pops up out of nowhere, made a great play. But it's definitely on me.
David was Johnny on the spot. That was like shades of Derek Jeter. That was unbelievable.
That was unbelievable.
I'm watching it on video afterwards.
I was shocked.
Pretty
I watched it
again
5 times.
But we did. Well, Mastery also.
Anyway, no harm, no foul because
no harm, no foul. Nothing.
You had a 2-1 lead, and then you guys.
It could have been costly, but
and we closed them out. There, it was, I believe, your first
me. It was Hank, me, Mickey. 4, 5, 6.
Big hitters.
Right, that's huge.
Right down the
Right. So bottom line is it was a tough earned split. I know both teams walked away feeling somewhat satisfied, somewhat unsatisfied.
Well, there's somebody else I want to mention also. Mastery, our catcher.
Yes, he's a professional.
No. This guy, maybe
Changes
five foul tips to strike 3 he caught. He was unreal. Unreal.
So we have actually stiff competition here at catcher. When we're talking about catching performances all around. And guys, thank you for coming on. We're actually going to preview your matchups afterwards. Dave, you got to run right now. But that'll segue us right into the next Angry Men, obviously led by Menachem Diamondstein, which is, again, just like last year, step right back in this year, put on another dominating performance. We'll get into it in a little bit. And alongside me over here is his battery mate, and I didn't think that was his job going into the season, or he didn't think, but he distinguished himself as, right away, it's his job, his gold glove to lose at catcher with Moshe Denny, and we're gonna he's gonna have a nice little segment taking us through that play at the plate that was obviously to end the game. But start us off, Menachem. Tell us, you're going up against the Saruyas. They beat you in the World Series, and you obviously had a lot to prove. Go ahead.
So I want to tell you that there was the whole entire game between Jojo and Yaakov, a lot of talking, right? Was the whole entire game just them trash talking? I
heard it from the other field. It's crazy.
And I personally love it because to me, that's just what gets me going. But the team, my team, is one thing I noticed about my team is that in the first game at least, every single guy got a hit, if not 2 to 3. So we had every single inning, from inning number 1 to inning number 6 or 7, 2 to 3 guys on base every single inning. I've never had that ever in 10 years of playing softball, so that says something in and of itself, hitting-wise.
No, for sure.
And in regards to fielding-wise, almost flawless, 1 to 2 errors.
So this is the common theme so far amongst all the games, that the defense just was crisp, and we're comparing it to obviously a different league last year, but still it's refreshing to have a good defense and every single spot covered that way.
Amazing.
So now take us through the progression of Game 1. There was a little controversy, obviously, with a home run that was hit, which I was there. It was pretty interesting. Well, we could touch upon it. No, it was a warm-up toss, actually.
I think Saruya had like a warm-up toss. I mean, I personally wasn't paying attention. I just turned around and...
So from what I saw, my perspective, you guys at the time were down by a run. It was the 6th inning, I believe. And Isaac Sasson, who steps into the batter's box, rookie, by the way, had a phenomenal week 1. He had 5 hits. He had a little misplay in left field that cost you guys, but either way, he gets up to the plate, and Yaakov Saruya gets on the mound to throw his warm-up tosses, but the umpire was in his crouch position. The batter was in the box. Yaakov thought he gets his 3 warm-ups, throws the pitch. Apparently his outfield was not 100% ready, and right away Isaac Sasson took advantage and boom, poked the ball into a spot where they weren't, and it tied the game for a home run. So
it was great.
That was pretty wild, and then obviously Yaakov was not too happy. So once the game is tied, take me how you guys actually crossed the finish line.
So I don't remember.
Sasson hits a shot in the right field gap. He's at third. They're sending him home. And he's there with a home run, right center field blast in the vacated hole on the right side. What a
I
shot.
just remember in game 1 we're talking about now.
Yeah, game 1.
Game 1, I remember play-by-play. I just remember every single inning. That's what was on my mind. I was focused on pitching. I'm not really focused on the offense as much. But I noticed that there were really no errors. Like you said, very impressed with Isaac Sasson opening week. I think he had 4 hits.
5 hits.
5 hits.
Didn't you have to go ahead double in the first
He had a go-ahead double,
Let's
yeah.
not talk about myself. Talk about the team. The team I think was unreal. I mean, I've never played with a team that, again, like I said before, hitting-wise, fielding-wise, so I'm very excited and looks very promising, so we'll see what happens. And obviously the star play of the game was Shadane to end that in a double play. Let's talk about game.
So now let's get game 2 going. Game 2, you guys were down again, right? You guys started behind the 8 ball.
I think it was 1-0.
Yeah, I think you were down and you guys actually came
Game
back.
1 we were ahead and then we lost it. And we could, yeah. Game
So
2 we were
take
down.
me through the play where what was going on, what was the situation, how many outs, what inning, obviously it was the bottom of the 7th.
Bottom 7, bases loaded, 1 out.
Bases loaded, 1 out. You're up by 2, I believe, at the time. Or up
Yes,
by
2.
Yeah, you're up by 2.
3-1.
The captain of their team, Mike Melech Solomon, steps to the plate. And Mike, he's a consummate professional. Obviously, the rain was falling and the wind was swirling, so really tough conditions. But he hits a little chopper, a little weak tapper at the third base line.
Yes.
And go ahead, finish the play for me.
Yeah, so Nachum and our third baseman took it to the bag to third.
So the third baseman to third, touches third for 1.
We had a run scored. Throw to first was a short hop.
So right, through the first, and the ball was just
Kicked
flying all
away,
over the place.
yeah.
And then Joey Batesh, not known for his speed, tries to score. And that's when the magic happened. We're actually, let's take a look at the replay.
Here's the captain Melech. Takes one up and in. Counts 1-1. You have a steady drizzle here. And it's a weak ground ball to third. Fields touches third, on to first. Oh, and he can't hang on, a run scores. And there's second and third, and here's a play to the plate. And he's out at the plate. What a play to end the game. He tries to force their hand, and he makes a spectacular play on the relay. And the final score is 3-2, and the Ducks get swept. What a wild finish.
Okay, so that was unbelievable. That was gorgeous. So, listen, that's a professional play right there. The swipe tag is something special. It's not easy to do that on the hop, in the rain, to end the game. We saw the emotions exude out of you. Obviously, you're a very low-key guy. It's not what your agent told me going in, but maybe that was your brother I said has the personality, right?
Old Danny's.
Oh, yeah, old Denny's do. I guess we got to break you in. But either way, congratulations on a tremendous sweep. Welcome to the league. Do you have any other comments or going forward? Who do you guys go up against now?
Usual suspect.
We're switch weeks, right?
We're playing
Usual
Lazar.
suspects. Who's their pitcher?
There's Yoni Sarfati. So
I love the team.
yeah, so a lot. Yeah,
Playing your brother.
Playing your brother. It's a brotherly rivalry. You guys are going up against your brother. They're also a 2-0 team. They won 2 amazing games. We're going to get into it now. I'm going to break it down in the next segment, but. Tough task. You guys are 2 top teams.
Not really.
2-0 teams. There's nothing to sniff about.
We're gonna sweep.
He was calling us. Okay.
You're calling a sweep. That's nice to know. You're calling a sweep. I'm getting also.
I know. I'll let the game talk.
Listen, I already doubted the usual suspects going into the season, and the one thing I saw that I thought was going to happen, I was wrong. They have a lot of volatile personalities that usually I didn't think would get along. They got along right away. They were all on the same page, and they're actually used to their advantage. Very impressive team. Yoni pitched great. You guys are going up against a different type of pitcher. Yoni has a knuckleball, and he's also an unbelievable hitter. So tough task with that team. I hate to say copping out, but I feel like a split's happening because you guys are really good. Either way, good luck. Thank you for coming on. Good luck next week.
Pleasure.
And let's go to the next segment. I can't wait for that to happen. And we're back here alongside David Harari, the Kakambas. The Usual Suspects took on the Cobra Kai organization. Usual Suspects is actually managed by Jack Harari and Abraham Rudy, alongside Teddy Ishak, Adam Cohen. We have Yoni and Sammy Sarfati, Bill Dorici. Good team all around. Ray Levy in the outfield played well. Going up against Ray Ess's team. So, are you familiar with Ray's team?
Yeah, Ray's with the Safdies and the Richters and I believe Eddie Araries is pitcher.
Correct. So
Good team.
Good team. Oh, both teams look like a good team. Game one, I'm just gonna, because we don't have anyone there from the field, I'm just gonna tell you what went down. It was a tie game. We're gonna fast forward to the bottom of the 7th inning of game one. The score was tied. We had Albert Richter, Mark Richter step to the plate, and he hit the ball way too hard. He had a line drive up the middle. Ray Estes saw an opportunity for a walk-off. He sent the runner home, and Hebrew Hammer was looming on deck, and he opted to send the runner. Smart call because it was a wet ball, wet field. The runner was actually a speed runner. Got to take the risk to win the game, always.
Yeah.
And Abraham Rudy came up with a money throw. We saw it on the highlights. Really special. He, on the run, came in one hop, out at the plate, bang, bang play. Sammy Sarfati actually did a weird thing. He changed the ball from the glove hand to the hand.
Discussed.
Whatever, crazy.
Got a 2-0 count, 2 on, 2 out, bottom 7. Mark Richter trying to win the game. Hot shot, bullet up the middle, might be hit too hard. Rudy with an arm, here's a play to the plate. It's in time! What a throw, Abraham Rudy! Wow, we go to extra innings. Unbelievable throw, Rudy. And we go to the top of the 8th. Cobra Kai was this close. The ball was hit too hard for Mark Richter.
They went to extra innings. Ray had an opportunity to win a few times, couldn't pull it out. They lost game one by 2 runs.
Like 11 innings?
They won 11 innings, correct. So I think the final score was 6-4 and 11. So now everyone was getting, it was hedge, it was wet, it was cold, the umpires were like, what's going on over here? We start game 2 and it was a completely different game. It wasn't one of those evenly matched games. I feel like it was a game that Cobra Kai felt defeated already after losing game 1, although they could have won game 2, but they just weren't the better team. And the common theme, what I saw with the usual suspects, is all of their personalities, like I said before, Teddy Ishak, Adam Cohen, who else am I missing over there? The Sarfatis, one of the Donnie brothers. A lot of personality, and they all connected very well, and that equaled to 2 wins. You have anything to add?
No, so I mean, it seemed I was on the other field. It seemed like 2 great games from everything that I heard. This kid Rudy, I don't know him very well, but playing center field on the highlights seemed to make crazy plays. What a cannon of an arm! Perfect throw to the plate. Again, we can get into the tag and switching but at the end of the day, it was called out, beat the runner by 15 feet. And they seem to have a really good team. I mean, I didn't know Jack very well, but before the season started, me and him were talking basically on a daily basis about trades, and he ended up with Ray Levy, and I heard Ray also was very, very solid.
Played very well. He played very good.
Very well. I heard he hit well, and I heard Jack's really happy with him there. Regarding Ray's team, again, very, very good team. I know he was missing a few players. I think his shortstop was missing.
He was missing Albert Richter. He had to make a few adjustments. He put Label Gordon to start at short. He then hurt his hand. He had to move him to second, and Ray moved to short. So there was little issues over there.
It seemed like this week there were a couple of teams missing some key players.
So
and
it's
nobody
funny.
took a sub, except we can get to me, but I think I'm the only team that took a sub.
So it's funny, Archie was missing for Major League. They didn't get a sub, and they won 2 anyway.
Yeah.
And he's their first or second best player in their team.
Yeah.
So, like we said, Ray decided not to get a sub. Didn't want to freeze any of the guys he didn't have to freeze. And I'm not sure if he regrets it because...
No, I don't think it cost him.
It didn't cost him because he was in position to win game 1 and game 2. They were lackluster.
There was out of the balloon at that point.
Yeah, so 100%. So that kind of recaps that game. It was actually an amazing matchup. It was a sweep, but the standings are now all messed up because we had 3 sweeps and 1 split. So we have 3 teams that are 0-2, 3 teams that are 2-0, and 1-1 over there.
Yeah.
So it's pretty wild the way you look at the standings right now. Right now, we're actually going to look forward to next week, and we're going to actually, me and Dave are going to predict the games. Next segment. We're actually going to look ahead towards next week. There's actually a schedule switch due to the fact that the Mighty Ducks and Cobra Kai's organization were both missing an absurd amount of guys. There's like 5-6 guys in a squad. It wasn't going to make sense to make them play with subs, so the commissioner's office put their heads together, and we saw that they play each other in week 6. So we're going to be playing the week 6 schedule in week 2. So those 2 teams are going to actually play on prime time a Thursday night. down the line in the season, which is going to be pretty awesome. A night game in this league. But all that leaves us with this Sunday is 3 matchups. So matchup number 1, we'll start with you, and you're going to talk about your games. It's going to be the Kakambas versus Major League.
Yep. So we got switched. We were originally supposed to play Reyes's. Spent the whole beginning of the week giving a whole to the team a full going over the roster. Obviously, now that it's switched, I think now we're playing Sammy S's and DT.
Right, which is Mark Cohen, Archie, Itzkowitz.
Correct, and they're obviously coming off a big week.
I heard Juni Grun, their right fielder, is a good ball player.
Yeah, and they were missing Archie. I think this week I asked DT. I think he said he's missing Wyman this week. I don't know if they're getting a sub. I think Wyman's out this week.
They can withstand it from the way that they played.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they have anyone to play shortstop, so it might be a little sketchy. But again, now in regards to my team, we're back with a full squad this week. Last week I was missing my brother. I was missing Ricky, our third baseman. They're both back this week, so we're gonna have all everything to roll with.
Let's see if they were the missing parts
this week.
Going into this week, listen, they're 2-0. You're 1-1. It's a pretty big week early on because. If they win 2, they're running away with it at 4-0. If you guys win 2, you put them on. This is a swing week. It's only week 2, but the standings could make a big swap right now. Mark Cohen pitched a hell of a game. There's no argument in that.
What did he give up? 3 runs?
He was player of the week. He had a lot of strikeouts, not that many walks.
So Mark's the key to that team. I've been playing against Mark forever, so I kind of know what to expect going in. We're going to be ready to go. The team's hungry. We had a great week 1. Again, 2 extremely close games. We ended up splitting.
I know you're not going to feel comfortable predicting your own game, so I'll do it for you. I am predicting the Kakambas in a sweep. I don't think Mark Cohen's going to come and do that again. It's very tough for him to do those performances back-to-back weeks. You think they would be better with Archie back in the lineup, but Ed's confusion, they feel gelled maybe last week. And obviously you're adding a lethal bat.
Week one, everything could
Ralph's going to have his hands a little more full, with a little better lineup, but I think after last week he's the best.
Ralph was outstanding last week. I can't say it enough. And again, to me, he's the best pitcher in the league. And again, we'll show it on the field.
Let's move on to the next matchup right now. We have the Sandlot going up against
Old School. So Old School's a team I just played.
Right. So you have an analysis on that. Sandlot. We just spoke to Alex Madnick. I don't think their season's off to the start they wanted it to be off to, but if they want to right this ship, they have to do it now. Joe West knows that. He's a veteran. I know he's doing whatever it takes to get his guys together and playing as one, and I wish him all the best, and I think he will. I actually see him grabbing a win game 1, and I see him losing game 2 because the team he's going up against is just... They're good.
Look, Stephen Gindy has a great
and you can't tell me that Stephen Gindy and Joe West are not going to split. Like, come on.
If you would have asked me off the bat, I'd say split 2.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking right away.
All right, and listen, it means a lot for both teams as well early on over here. Next matchup, we're going to have the usual suspects we just spoke about in length. Versus 12 Angry Men. 12 Angry Men's Diamondstein. They're off an emotional sweep.
These are the 2 teams that look the best on Sunday.
Yeah.
So really, this is the key matchup over here, if you ask me.
Oh, I already gave my prediction before.
Yeah.
These two teams are too good to lose.
So I saw their pitcher again, Gioni.
Yeah, Gioni.
So Gioni came to a scrimmage that we had, and we definitely did not see what he did on Sunday. He looked like a totally different pitcher. Again, I was on the other field, but through the video, he looks unreal. That knuckle, what is it, a knuckle?
It actually doesn't spin. It sits there and dances like Tim Wakefield. It's crazy.
It's a wild pitch, but you have 2 big pitchers going up against each other, 2 very, very solid
I think this is obviously the matchup of the week.
And this is the matchup of the week also. Yes, if you ask me, this is the matchup of the week. I'm going to go out and say, I actually think Diamondstein and Catton Company are going to sweep this week.
Wow, that's a major statement win, and that's crashing the usual suspects down to earth. That covers it. Those are the 3 matchups. So, again, looking forward to week 2. Obviously, weather permitting. Let's, again, pray to God, Hashem, please, it doesn't rain on Shabbat that hard, and Sunday we can fix the field. But although we do have our grounds crew ready, they have the Diamond Dust,
the new
grounds crew ready for Calvert, we're going to be ready to rock and roll. Also, don't forget to wear your beautiful button-down league jerseys. They are mandatory.
Yes, and they're unreal.
And they're unreal. If you don't want to
I
wear
am not a big jersey guy, and I texted Sammy right when we got him, and I said, "Wow,
they're beauties.
what
They're
a
really
great
beauties.
job!" Just
So again, appreciate it. Just.